Path Behind the Library. Story by Juanita Havell. Illustrations by Nicole E. Wong. Chapter 1. The Dream. Aleesha awoke from her dream and looked around. Where was she now? She could tell she was lying on a soft bed, snug under a fluffy comforter. A plain brown desk huddled in the corner, littered with books and papers. Jeans and a red striped sweater hung over a chair. 3 pairs of socks, green, orange, and blue, were scattered around a pair of ankle-high boots. Those are my red boots for sure, Aleesha thought. She loved those boots, even if they were getting too small and pinched her toes. No, there was no doubt about it. She was in her bedroom in her house on 44th Street in Minneapolis. Aleesha wished she could go back to her dream. She closed her eyes, trying to see the splendid palace she had been dreaming about. It had black and pink polished marble columns and a polished marble floor. A courtyard and a pond with lily pads floating on it stood in the middle of the palace. Frogs sat on the lily pads. Palm trees waved in the breeze. What had she been doing in this palace? Oh, yeah. She was a special guest of the prince. They had strolled beside the pond and played catch with a golden ball. Then they went inside the palace and ate peanut butter sandwiches in a huge dining room. A big tabby cat wearing red boots and a hat with a feather in it sang songs for them. At the back of the dining room was a giant black spider. He had a head and face like a person. "You want stories?" he asked Aleesha and the prince. "I can weave you stories you will never forget." Aleesha shook her head. It was one weird dream, but dreams are like that sometimes. They mix up all your thoughts. All week, Aleesha had been thinking nonstop about fairy tales, pumpkin carriages, talking spiders, frog princes, and other pretty weird stuff. But it really didn't matter to Aleesha whether her dreams made sense. She just wanted to keep on dreaming. Sometimes she liked being in her dreams more than being in her neighborhood. She eased out of bed. Brrr! It was another cold day. She pulled on her orange socks, and the green pair too, and then opened the curtains a sliver to peek outside. Gray clouds covered the sky. The trees were bare, black skeletons. The grass was dry and brown, and frost-nipped flowers lay in little heaps in the flower bed. She frowned at the cracks in the sidewalk. No marble columns around here, she told herself. Then she saw Jerry, Maddie, and Ryan out on the sidewalk riding their bikes. Maybe she would join them. The 3 of them were in 5th grade, not 4th like her. They didn't let her forget they were a year older and so much smarter, or so they thought. Sometimes they let her tag along, but they didn't pay much attention to her. She wished the prince in her dream lived in her neighborhood. He had been so nice to her. Aleesha pulled on her jeans and favorite red and white sweater. Then she squeezed her feet into her red boots. She didn't know how much longer she could wear them, but the longer, the better. She headed downstairs to eat breakfast. Mom was in the kitchen. "Hey, sleepyhead," she said. "I saw Ryan, Jerry, and Maddie playing outside already. Are you going to play with them today?" Aleesha shrugged. "Mom, could we visit a palace?" Her mom looked at her watch. "Not today. Don't have time, honey. Dad's running errands this afternoon, and I'm going grocery shopping. Besides, I don't know of any palaces in Minneapolis." "I was afraid of that," Aleesha said. "Anyway, don't you have some research to do for school, Aleesha? Want me to drop you off at the library this afternoon?" "Sure, but I still haven't figured out which fairy tale to retell. We have to make up our own story or retell one. I think it will be easier to retell one."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?